Okay, this is Chuck Cameron from Oxford Community Television, and we are at Independence Village today on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. And this, behind me, is a quilt operation that these quilts will be given away to people who have served in our military. You'll see lots of quilts and meet some of the folks who have been involved. So stay tuned. We'll go learn a lot more about quilts. Thanks. We are in Independence Village, and I'm standing next to Carol.
Correct.
Is that right?
That's correct.
I memorized both your names.
Thank you.
All right. Carol, tell us about what's going on here today.
Well, today we're back to regular schedule post-COVID. We're having our annual quilt show and display. It's in honor of Private First Class Joseph A. Miracle from Mortonville. Joe was serving in Afghanistan 35 days when he was killed in action. And our whole project, everything we do is to commemorate his service and sacrifice to our country, and we will not forget him. And so we have quilters from all over Southeast Michigan that come and volunteer their time and efforts to make the quilts. At the conclusion of the show, I will take the quilts, we sort them. They go all over the United States. I take them to veterans hospitals, Fisher houses. I will drive them down to Washington, D.C., to Walter Reed, and to Fort Belvoir.
How might a person contact you?
They can call me. My phone number is 248-321-8669. They can also Google Miracle Quilts. We're in the Oakland Press every month. There's a veterans page there. And also I'm on the website, the Desert Angels website. I'm a division of the Desert Angels. We're always taking donations of Joanne cards, gift cards, because these quilts now are costing to make a good size double-sized quilt is running around $200 to make.
So your quilters might have to buy the material themselves, you're saying?
They can, or I have fabric, and 100% of the proceeds from our quilt show, we have a quilt raffle, craft sale, garage sale today, and we're taking donations. We're even selling T-shirts. 100% of that money only goes towards materials and the postage to send the quilts wherever they need to go.
I suppose you hear from time to time from the people who receive them with a little gratitude. Can you tell us anything about that?
I have a great story. We also meet down at the UAW, Lake Orion, 180 Silver Bell Road. I did a presentation there to their retirees. While I was talking, a woman in the audience texted her son, who's a nurse over in Stuttgart. She came up to me and asked me to send a case of quilts over there, which I was at the post office the next day, and I forgot about it. And a couple weeks later, it was late at night, I get a phone call. It was her son called me, and he was a Special Forces Army Ranger that was injured in Africa. He was going to be in the hospital, he said months. He was laying on his bed, kind of feeling sorry for himself, and in walked the nurse with a quilt. But the next day, his mother called me from Wisconsin to thank us for the quilt. It's just, I get calls like that all the time, and it makes what we're doing why we're doing it. Today we gave a quilt to one of the residents here at Independence Village. So
if somebody gets a quilt and they're not in a user-friendly area and it gets dirty, are these washable?
Yes, they are. And then I also each one is packed into a pillowcase. There's a letter in there. It contains a picture of Joe Miracle. And then there's also a care list. Don't throw it in the washing machine with bleach. No offense, but sometimes men tend to throw the
Well,
bleach in the water.
we're only men.
Right.
Yes.
And then there's a letter just talking about our group, the wonderful quilters from very young to the very old. When we meet here, the seniors come down and help
I'll bet they do.
with according to their ability.
Carol, thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
it's an amazing thing. The change in this room from its normal state,
State.
which is lovely,
Lovely.
to dazzling is remarkable.
It's
So thank
very
you.
warm. Can
It's
you
very
feel
warm.
it? Yes.
Well, here we are with two ladies who are wandering around looking at these beautiful quilts. Would you tell us your name?
Dorothy.
And how are you involved in this?
I'm part of the group that helps sew the quilts. I'm a new member, but I was attracted to it because of the purpose to give it for the veterans. Because I had two uncles who are veterans, and my brother's a veteran, and so it was very meaningful to me to be a part of this.
And who is this young lady next to you?
Oh, this is my sister who appreciates all the creativeness that is involved. Even though I'm the creative one in the family.
Yes, this is not me at all. I just enjoy looking at it and appreciating that gift that all these ladies have for this. So yeah,
It is a gift.
it is. It truly is.
Dazzling, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So these are, how long does it take to make a quilt?
It depends, but it takes a lot more time than I think people realize because I belong to another quilt group also, and we did one that took us a couple of years, and there was 10 ladies working on it.
Okay.
So it requires time.
Patience. And I imagine there's a little chatting going on.
Oh yes,
in
it's
amongst-
also it's a good reason
A
to
bit
get
social.
together.
Got it,
Yes,
right.
especially isn't any time constraints with these quilts. Carol appreciates whenever you get them done.
Now I'm standing here not with a quilter, but with a lady that represents the whole operation here. Could you tell us who you are, and could you tell us what's going on today?
Sure. My name is Laura Ashley, and I am the Life Enrichment Director here.
You get
So I'm in
extra
charge of
credit.
Fun stuff.
You get extra credit for being Laura Ashley by that. It's very creative.
Well, that's why I married my husband for the last name.
Well done.
But yes, so today is the big Miracle Quilts Trunk Show. It's been about 3-4 years since we've been able to help host the event with Carol and everybody, and it's amazing to look at all of this. But yeah, they meet on the second Saturday each month, and they meet here. And our residents are welcome. They go down and they help with all the quilting, and then each year, hopefully again each year, we'll be able to do this.
And the folks who live here are welcome to come down
They're
and
welcome to join in and
participate
help.
or cheer.
Yes,
Well, thank you. Do you have a favorite quilt for today?
they're all amazing. I can't pick.
That's a very wise answer.
Thank you.
I think. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. It's an amazing place. Hours and days and months of work on each of these quilts just to be given away. What a story. People doing good for folks they'll never know. There's a lot of good in this life. Here's an example of one place where you can actually see it. Hope you enjoyed this section, and we'll see you next time.